The Science of Mind, written by Ernest Holmes, read by Jean Perkle for April 23rd. The first requisite. The first requisite for the mental and spiritual practitioner is a full sense of the sacredness of his trust, the sacredness of the confidence of his patient, which impels him to pour out his very soul. This confidence a practitioner should keep sacred, inviolate. He should no more betray this trust than would a priest who officiates at the confessional, a lawyer who handles the business and finances of his client, or a physician who cares for the physical well being of his patients. Practitioners do meet occasionally and discuss cases, as doctors might in a clinic, but they should never mention the names nor the personal affairs of those under treatment. A practitioner's business. It is a practitioner's business to uncover God in every man. God is not sick, God is not poor, God is not unhappy, God is never afraid, God is never confused, God is never out of his place. The premise upon which all mental work is based is perfect God, perfect man, perfect being. First, perfect God, then perfect man. There is a spiritual man who is never sick, who is never poor, unhappy, never confused nor afraid, who is never caught up by negative thought. Browning called this the spark which a man may desecrate, but never quite lose. These are the tools of thought with which a practitioner works. Where does he do this? Where does he do this work? In his own mind, never anywhere else. Always in his own thought. A practitioner never tries to get away from the mind within. We are practicing scientifically when the mind refuses to see the apparent condition and turns to the absolute. A specific treatment cannot be conditioned upon anything that now exists, upon any experience less than perfection. In treatment, we turn entirely away from the relative, entirely away from that which appears to be. We might begin a treatment with the statement, with God, all things are possible. God can find a way. We might say, Thy that dwell in the secret place of the Most High, etc. It does not matter so much what one says. It is what one believes when he says it that counts. He must believe, if he is going to be a successful practitioner, that his word is the law of that whereunto it is spoken. We treat man not as a patient, not as a physical body, not as a diseased condition, neither do we treat the disease as belonging to him. We must not think of the disease as being connected with him or as any other part of him. The practitioner realizes that man is born of spirit and not of matter. He realizes this until he sees his patient a living embodiment of perfection. A practitioner, then, is one who, recognizing the power of mind, definitely, specifically, concretely, and consciously speaks from this his objective mind into subjectivity and gives direction to a law, which is the actor. What the practitioner really does is to take his patient, the disease, and everything that appears to be wrong into his own mentality, and there he attempts to dissolve all false appearances and all erroneous conclusions. At the center of the practitioner's own being, the healing work must be accomplished. The more completely the practitioner is convinced of the power of his own word, the more power his word will have. There must be a recognition that the power of the word, operating as the truth and reality of being, can do all things. Therefore, the person whose consciousness is the clearest, who has the most complete faith, will be the best healer.